Alright everybody, welcome to a demo called Ball X Pit. A bit of an odd name. And this is Babylon apparently. And it's gonna get destroyed by a giant ball. Why? I don't know. It left a pit, and there's treasure down there. Now treasure seekers flock to explore the depths. And this is the game. And I did actually play a small bit of it before, and I've reset the demo, so I'll be honest, alright? I don't think many YouTubers would tell you that, They're not going to tell you, oh yeah, I played this game before, but I reset the demo. No, I'm going to be honest. I played this game before, and I find it to be fun for no real reason. It doesn't take skill at the start, but it does take a lot of awareness. That's really what it is. It's not like insane skill, it's really more your awareness. And understanding, what your priorities should be. Yeah. I do hate how it just throws all this in your face at one time. It could have, put this all together as, a few-page thing, and then you could have started the game. Instead of interrupting you. But yeah, they're also, the main point of this game, or at least to me, the main selling point, is the evolutions. And I am hoping that when the full game does come out, there will be more balls, because I've gone through only a few evolutions, and I like it so far. We're just gonna get a tier 3 bleed ball. So we're literally just tossing a spiky ball at people. And these guys are skeletons, so don't worry about any harm we may be doing to them. They're already dead. Alright, I doubt this really affects them all too much. We actually do need to level up, because otherwise collecting that's useless. Because that's how you evolve your stuff, by mixing two balls together, upgrade balls, that sort of thing. We can't even reroll, wow. Alright, so this is bad so far, really. Alright. Yeah, 1 2 upgrades. You can also get upgrades from this, and look at that, we did actually technically max this out. It's not the worst thing in the world. Would have preferred to have gotten another ball. So as you can see here, because we actually don't have many balls, purely due to bad luck, and I'm not really doing too well in the whole strategically throwing this stuff to do as much damage as possible department. The enemies are getting quite close, and here's the thing: if I get too close to them, they'll attack me. And another thing is, if they get all the way to the end, they'll also attack me. So I need to destroy these guys and fast. And yes, I did actually change. Let's actually get burned. I feel like fire's good. I think fire and bleed go together. Although if I'm really thinking about it, probably one of those other balls went better with bleed. Because not all balls have evolutions together, but you can still fuse them together. So even if there's not an evolution for fire plus bleed, I could still fuse them together. I'm not going to do that. Mostly because the fusions are not as strong as evolutions, but 2 evolutions fused together, now that's strong. And I don't actually remember any of the evolutions. You think I would, because I played this game yesterday, actually. But no, I'm not that smart, apparently. I also keep walking into these arrows, because yes, some of these guys are skeleton archers. And they're going to shoot at me because they don't like me. Okay, Earthquake, there we go. We needed an AoE ball. And Earthquake is just the ball I've been looking for. Look at that. Now it's doing a lot easier because we're doing a bit of AoE. And here comes the first boss. Yes, there is bosses. But first, let's get Fission. Only 1. That sucks. I could have gotten up to 4. Unfortunately, we got the lower estimate. And actually, aiming does rather matter because if you do aim well, you can get your balls to bounce around a ton. And do lots of damage. And I don't know any games like this. There might be some really old Rick Breaker game that I don't remember exactly. I know there is that one. Lightning. I feel like lightning and lightning and earthquake have to go together. Or at least one of the balls we have, because if not, then we're going to have to fuse something together and get a worse thing out of it than we could have gotten. I really want to defeat this boss, but I want to do it in a strategic way where I'm doing most of the damage, the most damage I can to things around him. Because the boss is not the only threat here, there's still these other things that I have to worry about. Worry about? Worry about. Create chance of hitting enemies from the right side, alright. Now, is that their right side or my right side? Because if it's their right side, then what I'm doing now should get higher crit chance, but I don't think it is. I think it's this. Yeah, it has to be, because I just got so many crits right there. Too many arrows. There's way too many archers in the back. Archers need to be fired. Okay, 4 out of 5 is not bad. And we actually have all these balls at tier 3, so if there is any evolutions we can do, they should show up when we get our next one. And if not, then we'll have to fuse together. I think Earthquake and Lightning will do good together, because then the effects of Earthquake should apply the effects of Lightning. Okay, there we go. Okay, there is an evolution. And it's actually Earth and Fire. Earthquake and Fire. What is this going to be? Like, magma? Oh yeah, magma. Alright. Okay, that is good. It's also leaving behind literal globs of lava on the ground. Lava? Hello? It's lava. I am retarded. Which means slow. Although I don't really think that exactly matches what I just said, lava. It's more a mispronunciation than it is being slow. Because this game's also like, I feel like this is a good game to play if you're waiting for something. So like, if you're waiting for like a podcast to go live or something, then yeah. Or just playing this while you're doing a podcast, because it doesn't exactly take up too much thought. So I feel like this would be a good game to do with a podcast. No, I'm just gonna get Fusion and try to level up this. Because actually, when you do evolve the balls, they go back to level 1. And I'm actually starting to make some progress on these guys. Let's try to get behind them. Actually, I need to take out that guy first. Alright, level up. Yeah, let's get more of this. I do like this laser, because it does damage to everybody in the rank, and although that's not exactly the most damage, it's still pretty good. And you also do move slower when firing, and you can turn off auto-firing. I just prefer to have it on, because I don't really like having to click a bunch. You know what? Let's do Fusion. Yeah. Lightning and Bleed. Alright, area effect of Lightning also inflicts a status effect from Bleed. Alright, yeah. So now, when we electrify people, they become bleeding. We're really doing a lot of AoE. I'm not sure that's going to be good against the final boss. I have fought the final boss before, I know. You guys are probably all upset that I'm not going to be reacting to these bosses the first time or something, but I doubt it. These guys actually do take 1 damage like a second per stack of bleed, and they can get up to like 14 stacks of bleed, I think it is. Although I think I actually lowered my total damage because I'm throwing less balls. But I am throwing more baby balls, because of the leadership's higher now. Which that is what these smaller balls are called. They're called baby balls, because they don't have any status effects. Oh, I just walked into one of those guys, I couldn't see him. This guy actually shoots arrows. He's the first boss to actually have a special ability. And also, the demo only includes the first stage and like 3 characters. So I'm hoping we get way more characters. Because also, all the characters except Warrior have a unique ability. And if this is popular, I will play all 3 characters, and I'll probably just play a ton of this game if it's really popular. Because, you know, if it gets the views, that's all the better. Okay, now this is bad. This guy's getting a bit too close for comfort. We had to erase him from history. Yeah, Slingshot, 20%, 25% chance to launch a baby ball when we pick up a gem, because all these things are gems, so now we have just a really high chance to launch the baby balls. Let's get Poison. I feel like Poison might go with the Laser Beam, like maybe Poison Ray or something. Maybe that's a thing. I could be wrong. Okay, yeah, that guy does a lot of damage. Alright, fine. Yeah, so the boss, as you see, really did mess us up here. But we are doing decent. We just need to erase these guys fast before they start really doing damage to us. It's hard to be able to properly think of how to do this at the same time. But, you know, also, I think this would also be good to play when you're watching, like, I don't know, a podcast or a YouTube video. And this is also the easiest mode. There are other modes, and those other modes, what they do is they just make the game faster. And you might think that that's not really harder, but the thing is, that bar on the right does not, like, progress when we kill enemies. I'm pretty sure it progresses based on time. Meaning you're gonna have less time to upgrade your balls, and the enemies come sooner. So I don't think it gives the enemies any more health or anything, it literally just makes the game faster. So instead of buffing the enemies, it just means you have to play the game better. Because if you don't, then you'll die. Okay, I'm gonna lose here. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it to the boss, because that boss really messed me up. I think I just need to clear out his sides. I need to do way more damage to like one of these side areas over here. Ah, I took too much damage. I'm dead. There's no way out of this. And yeah, run over. Now, the problem there, I think, was I didn't really have any damage. We did get almost level up there, but we didn't. And then there's this other part of the game when you finally return to the surface. New Babylon. We're going to be building New Babylon. We got wheat fields, and we got forest. You only have one shot per run. And also your workers have limited time, because, you know, they'll get tired. Boom, that's everything. Now, honestly, what we should do here is move this here, because you can run through these, you don't bounce off the wheat fields. Let's actually upgrade the wheat fields. And let's go into another run. And we're going to be playing the warrior, because it's the only guy we have. And there's 9 undiscovered blueprints, which unlock new buildings, some of which give you new characters. Although I think to unlock the new characters, we actually have to win. Let's try to get behind the enemies. I feel like that'd be good, right? But you know, not every game has to be, like, extremely difficult with insane... Because here's the thing, complexity just tries to make up for bad game design. So when you make a game really complicated, you're just trying to hide up your lack of gameplay and game design. That's what I've gotten from all the games I've played, and I own hundreds of games. Is that whenever you play a really, really complex, difficult game, it's normally trying to make up for its lack of actual gameplay by just ramping up the difficulty. So it seems like the only reason you're not enjoying the game and that you're having trouble understanding things is that the game's just really hard. But the real thing is they just didn't work on it enough. They didn't try to make it fun. And I don't even think they understood what they were going with it. Let's try to get one more ball if we can. Wind, that goes through enemies, actually, which is pretty good. Especially when you mix up another ball. Okay, ice, one, okay, of course, we only get one upgrade, that's fine. And also, if you catch your balls, you can instantly throw them. But if they hit the back of the screen, then they will automatically return to you. And you know, this game's not too complex. Which it also means it's easier to understand how fun the game is. Because the less complex the game is, the easier it is to understand how enjoyable it is. But another thing is you shouldn't just make the game not complex at all. There needs to be some form of complexity, but you don't want to exchange gameplay and enjoyability for complexity. Difficulty as well. Like, you don't just give the enemies a billion HP because you don't know how to make a game. And then just say, you know, that there, I made it harder. By giving the enemies, by just making all the enemies bullet sponges. No, don't do that. But that's what I've gotten from games. What do I know? You know what? I think wind and lightning go together. I'll probably make like hurricane or something. That's what it's gotta be. I'm hoping that actually is a thing, because that actually sounds pretty good. Let's actually try to get an upgrade here before... because this way we could actually get nearly maxed out on both of those if we're lucky. Come on! Oh, we got everything we could. And yeah, we did actually get pretty lucky there. Because actually, if it goes through these guys, that'd be really good. So I'm hoping it keeps that effect. Okay, first boss. The first boss is not really difficult, because he doesn't do anything. He doesn't shoot arrows. He doesn't have that much HP. But honestly, I'm interested to see what these other areas are going to be in this game. I wonder if they're just going to include new enemies, and how they'll function. Because they could do many things with that, you know? They could make them basically identical to these guys, or they could like change their shapes. Like they could make triangle. Actually, you know, yeah, they could like make triangle units, and then you could put them closer together, but give them like less HP, you know? Because then it would also make it better for like bouncing the balls off them. Because I'm pretty sure this game is supposed to be based off like a brick breaker thingy. Like an old video game where you toss balls at bricks to break them. Which seems very rude. Why are you doing that? Alright. And actually, there is a lot of space in between these guys, so I should be able to toss... Yeah, I can toss stuff in there. Alright, well anyways, let's do a bit of this. Okay, we took that guy down. And as you did see, now the bosses are not just bullet sponges for the sake of being bullet sponges. The real problem with the bosses for you... does seem to actually be... Oh, dude, we got tons of evolutions. Alright, okay, apparently we know wind mixes with ice, lightning, and lightning mixes with ice as well. Wait, let's get wind and lightning, because that seems cool. Storm. Alright. Does not look like it goes through enemies anymore. Oh no, it still does, just doesn't list it. Let's upgrade Storm. Sheriff's Office, unlock new character. Now I have actually played him once. I've played the warrior many times. Yeah, but like I was saying, the boss allows these other units to get forwards. Not because the boss has like insane HP and there's really nothing you can do about it, but because you're hyper-focusing the boss. It stops you from actually defeating the enemies that are closer to you. Because the boss themselves is not the danger. The real danger is if the boss gets to the end because you weren't focusing the boss, or another enemy gets to the end because you weren't focusing the enemy, you know? It forces you to do a balancing act and not hyper-focus one thing. And you know what? I'll have to say one thing. And that's like fusions. Let's just get fission and upgrade them. Alright, yeah, that's good. And that's actually good because we do have the electricity thing, which will have to bounce back to us and do more critical hits from behind. Although I'm not sure if it actually can because it technically goes through them, so I'm not really sure if that counts. Alright, I think Earthquake, that has to go with, like, Frost. To make, like, Glacier or something. That's probably it. Because if it mixes with fire, it'd make Magma. You think it probably mixes with ice and makes, like, Glacier or something. Alright, hopefully we get 2 upgrades here. Yes, we do. So we come across one more of those things, and we're gold. We're good as gold. Because I'm actually going to talk about Evil Genius. The original Evil Genius is really good, because its complexity adds to its gameplay instead of taking it away. Evil Genius 2 is nowhere near as good, because instead of adding more things to the game, it took away a lot of the things that were in the original Evil Genius. It might have made it more player-friendly, but it also got rid of a lot of what it made it Evil Genius. And also, you don't really feel like you're being a bad guy. Most of the time, it's just garbage humor. Honestly, most of the time, you feel like you're being more annoying than evil. And you also can't really do evil things. Like, the most evil thing you can do is, like, feed someone to sharks. And then, the sharks don't even, like, eat them. They just turn into a body bag. And none of the traps are even that cool. So I feel like sometimes, whenever they advance, like Civ 7, or I'm just gonna say this, I've seen a lot of Civ 7 and it sucks. They took away, like, everything. There's not even builders anymore. And then they added all this random stuff, and then they basically want to, like, penalize you for doing war, and then you just lose your entire civilization. Like, who thought that would be fun? Like, hey guys, what would be fun about Civ? How about after you're done playing after you're done playing the era, you have to pick a brand new Civ. Oh yeah, and you can pick Benjamin Franklin to be the leader of Rome, and then end up being the leader of Prussia at the end of it all. Yeah, I was right. This does go together. Also, I'm pretty sure the bosses always drop these. So as long as there is one boss on your list left over here, you can guarantee that. Alright, so now we're gonna get more crit if we hit him from the right, if we hit him from the left, if we hit him from the back, but not from the front. So hitting these guys directly in the face is a bad idea if we want to maximize our damage. And maximization is good. You want to maximize your damage. Because if you don't maximize your damage, you can't do a lot of damage, you know? And a lot of damage is what keeps you alive. I do feel like we do need to get a new ball here. I'm hoping to get, like, well, you know what? Burn's not that bad. I'd be surprised, though, if we can't find a mix in here somewhere. Actually, we do have 2 max evolution balls. So, actually, I think mixing Glacier with Storm would be really good. Oh, dude, you know what? I actually do sort of hope they add, like, Evolution of Evolutions. That might sound a bit odd, and they're probably not going to do it. But if the makers of this game add, like, Evolutions to Evolutions, that'd be great. Like, imagine mixing Glacier with Storm and getting, like, Avalanche or something. Or, like, Glacier with some sort of other thing. And then it just gets more powerful. But, you know, like, the cost of this all is you're wasting all your upgrades on, like, one singular ball, you know? And it can severely lower your DPS if you're dumb. Alright, yeah, let's get Vision here and just... Okay, only 2 upgrades, come on. You could've gotten me way more than that. I'll have you thrown in jail. We should probably actually collect these gems here before they fly away. But you know, this game's honestly not that bad. I would definitely play this game in my free time while I'm, like, listening to, like, some YouTube videos in the background, or, you know, just something, you know? Alright, continue. Glacier upgrade's better. I'm gonna be honest here. Glacier is one of our max level balls, the evolution. And also, what we really should do, probably not this run, because I don't think we really have the time to, is evolve, is mix and 2 evolutions together in the fusion. I feel like that'd be really good. Okay, let's just do this. Because that should do some carnage. And then, yeah, let's fire off the way over here. And that actually did do some carnage, and that also... Okay, here's the boss. Here's the final boss. And then that thing, yeah, look at that. He's not one of these small brick pieces, you know? There he is. And actually, now we're moving backwards. So this entire time we were moving forwards. Now our character steps backwards. And instead of us heading towards these guys are heading towards us. Actually, I can just toss Storm right through him. Well, he does spawn in these guys, and while he does this, I don't think I can really do much. Now, killing him is going to be a bit hard, because I don't really have any single target balls. But he doesn't have that much HP, he only has like 3,000. Who am I kidding? He probably has way more than that. But probably the best thing to do is literally just launch Storm right through him. And then let it bounce back to me. And then hope that maybe some of the other balls bounce in a good way and we can do more damage. I'm just gonna dodge that like that, because I feel like that's smarter. And yeah, it is pretty hard to focus on all these things at the same time. Now this is actually probably a time where I'd want to turn off auto shoot. Because auto shoot does make me move slower when I'm shooting, because that's how shooting works in this game. And also, you're not like shooting these balls out of a gun, you're like spitting them out of your mouth. So that's literally what we're doing, we're literally spitting balls at him, which I find hilarious. Instead of like some weapon, we are the weapon. I am the gun. I don't use one. I am the gun. And you know, if you think about it, we're recycling. You know, we're not wasting all of our bullets firing. You know, we're recycling these balls. We're using them again. You know, that's also what I have to say. You know, we're doing this world a good. You know, we're recycling everything, and then all these dead people are turning into gems, and then we take the gems. And then we recycle them into levels. And when they drop stuff, you know, like loot for us, we take it. Because we're recycling, alright? I'm doing the environment good. So you can't say I'm the bad guy. And there we go. We unlock the Boneyard Trophy. Every time you complete a Boneyard of each fast tier completed on the top of that adds... Okay, so this adds bonuses. One more gear until next lift upgrade unlocked. Alright, yeah, final time, 15 minutes and 25 seconds. We did good. We did good. And look at that, next time, we'll be able to play that guy. I had hiccups. Alright, yeah, housing, yeah, sheriff's office. We'll put that here. And we unlock Itchy Finger. That's his name. Or is it Twitchy Finger? Who knows? Nobody does. Nobody truly does. Nobody truly knows anything. They all just pretend. They're a bunch of lying liars. You can't trust anyone nowadays. Because everybody lies. Yeah. Alright, harvest. And now we actually have 2 people to harvest because... we have Itchy. Or Twitchy, I'm not really sure. The letters in this game are a bit difficult to follow exactly. And look at that! But anyways, yeah, that's gonna do it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and go follow me on Rumble. And next time we'll continue with more Ball X Pit.